Natural Solutions with Dr. J. Your source for time-tested and cutting-edge natural medicine approaches to optimize your health. With your host, Dr. J. Sordian. You know, even having had a stroke.
It was only mild.
So it was on the right side of your head? Did it affect your left side?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
All I can remember is I was walking the dog and I felt dizzy and just fell down.
Oh my God.
And she was just round the corner there. And she stood guard over me and barked at everybody who came near me.
Well, that's good.
But somebody
You got
picked
good
me up
protection.
and put me in the car and brought me round. And by the time I got here, there was ambulance, police.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the whole lot gathered in my front room. And I staggered in. To my surprise, they were all there.
Uh-huh.
And
they all applauded.
I don't know, I can't remember that. But I couldn't believe that I had a stroke. They asked me my age and I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But age has always been something which is not a fixed quality.
It is. I mean, it's in the time continuum, so what's it mean?
With a 3-year-old, I'm 3 years of age. With a 16-year-old, I'm very much 16 years of age. I had a very traumatic adolescence and had a sort of hysterical homophobe as a father.
Oh, interesting.
I say no more.
Yeah, interesting.
But he rubbed my nose so much where Blake's opposition is true friendship. And that set me up because it gave me a straight line. I didn't define my father, but he tried to define me. And in defining me, I said that doesn't fit me. And so I was focused on finding what fit me.
Oh, interesting.
But no, I didn't oppose that. Right. It was just there. And my mother died when I was 13. That was another big significant date for me. Very dramatic because my father went completely to pieces and forbade anybody to go into the bedroom where she died, which was next door to where we 3 kids were sleeping. And my father was with me for saying goodbye to my mum. So I waited till he went out because he had to go and arrange things with an undertaker. And I remember going in, and I was 13. And it was the 9th of October 1945. And it was the first dead person I'd ever seen.
Yeah, at age 13. Yeah.
And I'd nursed her. I mean, when she had the last illness, there was such a shortage of nurses in 1945. My father had to go to work.
This was in England?
In England, yes. London.
London.
I lived
after all the bombing and everything?
Oh, I lived all through the Brits.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, at 13, that makes sense.
It was a tremendous illustration of the power of a word, listening to Churchill, and also listening to the ranting Hitler.
Did you understand German?
No. But you got the
you could get the feeling from it? Yeah.
And I can remember at the age of 16 gazing into the mirror of my mind and realizing, hey, you are Hitler. And that was devastating. In other words, when I looked at Hitler, I was looking at the shadow of myself. And I hadn't discovered any Jungian psychology at that time. It was just purely intuitive.
So this was 3 years after your mother died, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 13 and 16 are significant.
Interesting.
Time zones.
So
anyway, let's
I mean, it's very interesting. So this is Dr. J and Natural Solutions with Dr. J, and I have the great honor to be sitting here on a beautiful porch at the Abbey.
Yes.
With Father Richard Mapplebeckpalmer, who I have known 20 plus years or something. And I first met him when I was at the YMCA. I gave a very brief talk on acupuncture to a group of theologians. And it was a very eclectic group that met once a month or something like that. I don't know how long that happened. went on for. But anyway, afterwards, Father Richard came over and we engaged in a conversation because he had some background in yoga and a variety of other things. And so eventually, he said, well, there's this meeting of the Association of Past Life Research Therapists. Why don't we go together? And because I studied some hypnotherapy and things, I thought, why not? So anyway, that's how we first met.
Your interest in hypnotherapy is something which we'll come up to later.
Yes.
Because one of my algorithms is an algorithm for evolution.
Right.
Star time.
Star time.
That's
Now,
what,
which algorithm is this? Number 43 or?
oh, I don't number them. They're just algorithms.
So the first one is the general progression in life.
Well, the first
right.
basic algorithm
Yeah, the
is
basic
our
one.
hand.
Yeah,
The
right.
palm.
Exactly. 5. Yeah.
Little finger, middle finger, climax, conclusion, and then reflection.
Reflection. Okay. All right.
Anyway.
And so it's also growth.
Oh, it's birth, growth,
Growth.
marriage, death, resurrection.
Uh-huh.
It's exodus, wilderness, establishment, exile, and return. That's the story of Israel.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And the story of Jesus. It's his birth, growth. He's out in the wilderness then establishes his ministry. Then he dies. Wow. He rises again, just like a jack in the box. You can't keep in the box. And the idiots all reduce that to an ideology, something called Christianity or Judaism or whatever. And it's just universal.
You'd say, yeah, from all of you've studied religions and philosophies and so much like up the wazoo, which is one of the great things to talk to you because you're able to integrate so many things together.
Well, I did get a master's in divinity from Cambridge in 1960.
All right.
So,
All right.
anyway,
And that was after Stonehenge, or that was?
yes, after Stonehenge.
All
Yes.
right.
Oh, yes. You remember the stories?
Oh yeah, some of those. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And that was a marvelous time in Wiltshire. And it was only later that I discovered crop circles. There were no crop circles in my day.
They didn't exist.
Well, they weren't reported.
Oh, all right. All right.
So, anyway, where was I?
Well, we were talking. I was distracting you.
Yes, no, you're not distracting. I don't get distracted. I mean,
So we
the
were
whole
talking.
point in life is not fixing on a point and going towards it. The whole point in life is to let meander like a river.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sort of the Taoist thing. I mean, I sort of felt like that's how I got to, like going to Japan and studying Japanese and then studying Tai Chi and studying acupuncture and all that. Sort of a meander, but sometimes I question how efficient or how good that is. Sometimes having goals and setting goals is also important too. Yeah.
They're complementary.
Yeah. All right.
Of the meander
Yeah.
is important.
Very.
And every time you relax from the main road, you meander.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've completely forgotten the algorithm I was going to talk about. Oh yes, this is star time. So, basically following Tiger Dashava, I believe that the fundamental stuff of the universe is awareness.
All right.
Awareness.
That's like the fundamental principle, the fundamental material is awareness? Yeah, I'm very close to you on that one.
Attention.
Uh-huh.
Attention is making nets, but in the end you can't catch the water. Water flows through the net,
Uh-huh.
and that water is awareness. So you can't catch awareness. You are awareness.
Right. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
So, let's take NASA's prediction of the life of the universe. The timeline is 13.8 billion years ago.
Billion?
Billion.
Yeah.
That's an American billion. 1,000 million. The old English million was a million.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah. takes a
Yeah.
little while to adjust.
Mathematics is always a.
Oh,
It seems
yeah.
so solid, and yet there's different models.
I've not sung you my song. We all live in a duodecahedron, the duodecahedron, the duodecahedron. We all live in a duodecahedron, and our friends are all of all. Many more of them live next door. So I'll talk about dodecahedrons
All right.
later on, but the whole combination of fives and sixes is absolutely astonishing.
Oh, all right. So star time.
Star
Yeah.
time, and then Earth time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Earth time, and then this is what will interest you. Then dream time.
Aha. Yes.
And
Okay.
each period, they're all continuous, and
Yes,
they
yeah.
overlap.
Right.
And then,
And they're all occurring right now at the same time.
oh yeah. And then awake time.
Mm.
That's the thing with points. But
That's the thing with points.
well, the pointing thing,
Ah.
focusing attention.
Okay.
Focusing attention.
Right.
But there comes a time when focusing attention will just destroy you. So, woo, up to number 5.
Yeah.
Aware time.
All right.
So I envisage those as spheres.
Yeah, I do too.
Spheres.
Yeah.
So
Or at least dimensions I envision as spheres. But yeah, actually, yeah, the same thing. I think that's even in the back of one of my chapters talking about that too.
well, I mean,
I must have been channeling you when I was thinking of that.
well, once we meet, we've always met.
Yeah.
It's just a question of either this life or next life we come back again.
Which dimensions, which time. Yeah.
So anyway, that's a basic algorithm.
All right.
Now, what were we going to? There was another algorithm that I was going to talk about. Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. That's been maybe 4 at this point.
Hmm?
4 algorithms,
Oh,
perhaps you
the
mentioned.
multitudes of algorithms.
Yeah.
Whenever I meander, there's an algorithm waiting for me.
And so these are all different
Oh, I know. Yes.
volumes of your books.
Then they appear
They appear
and disappear.
as they should.
like
Not the disappear
like-
part necessarily.
the Cheshire Cat.
Yes, there you go.
I
Right.
love Lewis Carroll.
Yeah.
And very interestingly, because I thought the films of Harry Potter are absolutely stunning.
I did too. And the books were great too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean the big thing that sealed that for me was I think it was the 8th volume, was Harry Potter recognizing and accepting death.
Ah, yes.
That was a profound chapter, and to me it's one of the pivots of the book.
Uh-huh.
And then the postscript, 19 years later,
Uh-huh.
and not many people will recognize that.
Why it was 19, you mean?
19-year cycle is the lunar cycle.
Lunar cycle.
On our 19th birthdays, the moon is more or less in exactly the same spot as the star as when we were born. That cycle repeats only every 19 years, or actually it's 19 and a half, or 18 and a half, I can't quite remember, but it's roughly 19 years. And that,
Which is sort of
I thought,
like
my
the
God.
solar cycle having to add a day every
yeah,
4 years in order to be right on target. Yeah.
I thought, my God, this girl knows her stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing, when you can think of the influence of Lewis Carroll, who was, after all, a mathematics don.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Queen Victoria was so excited by it, she wrote him a fan letter and asked him to be sure to send him her next book, and the next book was a mathematical treatise.
Oh, interesting.
Whether she was amused or not, we
Right.
don't know. Now I've put me back in the groove. I get excited now. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Well,
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. But one of the things which so impressed me about the
Harry Potter's
Harry Potter, the choice of location, I mean the whole Diagon Alley
Yes.
was superbly filmed. But when they had their hall meetings at Hogwarts, do you know where the hall was filmed?
I
Christ Church Dining Hall.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
An archetypal
Right.
Oxbridge setting.
Uh-huh.
And considering she never went to Oxbridge,
Oxbridge is like Oxford and Cambridge.
yes, she
Yeah.
Oxbridge.
Just to clarify that for the listening audience
I went to the bridge.
and myself.
I went to the bridge and left the oxen across the river.
So is it Christchurch where they had that setting of that?
Yes.
And they filmed it all there, and
Mhm.
plus a lot of special effects.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they did
Oh, yes. Yeah.
virtually.
Yeah. But the other thing I must say,
Yeah.
you remember what last Saturday was? It was the 19th anniversary of the birth of young Harry Potter's son. And so platform 19 and 3/4.
Oh yeah. Was it 19 3/4 or was it 9 3/4?
Oh, sorry, 9 and 3/4.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
quite right. 9 and 3/4.
I was trying to remember
The
earlier what
whole
it was. Yeah.
crowd of Hogwarts enthusiasts had gathered there, and the
Oh really?
and the little actor, the little dwarf who plays the part of the Gringle,
Oh oh
Chappie,
yeah. Uh-huh.
was there, and they were all there to see Harry Potter Jr. off to Hogwarts, and the train always left 9 and 3/4 on the 1st of September every year.
They just did that?
Yes. Last Saturday.
No. So that's on YouTube or somewhere? Or on,
Oh yeah, sure.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh yeah, you can check everything on YouTube.
I know.
It's marvelous. What were we talking about? Oh yes, jungleization. So,
And so this, perhaps we hadn't already started recording or anything, but we were talking about the progression of human beings, and you said that recently there is discussion, or the new theory is that human beings started in Australia,
Yep.
not in Africa.
well, hominids all over the place, but
Oh.
gradually, I'll come back to that. But
So jungleization was occurring in Asian tropics.
in Asian tropics, and it lasted, and well, it's never stopped. I mean, it's still jungleization
Right.
in the Amazon.
Yeah.
But civilization is a very, very new development in our evolution.
Right.
So you have localization from about 50,000 years ago, civilization less than 10,000.
Yeah, the great civilization started, or like Egypt, or
Egypt is a young one.
that's a young one. Okay, like Babylon.
I mean, one of the devastating disasters
Yeah.
was, you know about the Black Sea flood? Oh, okay, let me enlighten you.
Yeah.
Woodhull Institution in Massachusetts
All right, I know that.
sent out researchers to the Red Sea and the Bosphorus to examine the depths and things of the lake.
Huh.
Of course,
The Red Sea or the Black Sea?
Black Sea.
Black Sea, yeah.
Did I say Red Sea?
You said Red Sea.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Black Sea.
First you said the Black Sea. You were talking about the Black Sea, then you switched to Red Sea, and I thought, okay, I got that in my mind. I know the geography, and
Well-
maybe is it linked to the Black Sea? Maybe not. But the
One of my
Bosphorus definitely is.
favorite music groups was 10cc. You remember that?
Oh, Tennessee, yeah.
So
So they sent researchers to the Bosphorus and the Black Sea to see how deep they were.
And from their research, they discovered that at one time, at the bottom of the Red Sea,
Red Sea or Black Sea?
Black Sea, sorry,
Yeah.
Black Sea. Sorry, correct me every time.
I'm just trying to follow this.
Should encourage anybody viewing it. A silly old idiot.
We love these kind of conversations. So.
Well, when you get to the age of 85, all your, I mustn't say mess ups. I know this is the F word.
All right, that one, yeah. Not just the S.
You just roll with laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to catch up to that.
Yeah. I mean,
Early.
Again,
I need to do that early.
I digress again, so remind me where I put...
The Black
Stop
Sea
me.
or the Red
No,
Sea.
no,
whichever.
but you talk about Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I used to visit one of my parishioners who had Alzheimer's,
Uh-huh.
and I realized that what was important was to have fun.
Mm.
And so she lived in a retirement home which had a very nice garden, and there were a cage of canaries and things like that. So she took me around the garden.
Oh, nice.
And then we got back, and then 5 minutes later I said, you know, I do like this garden. Could you show? Oh, would you like me to show you? And we went round 3 times.
Exactly. Yeah, with Alzheimer's, there's so much in the moment.
Oh yeah, yes, and that's good. I mean,
Yeah. That's one of the. That's
Yeah.
one of the times. Is that awareness?
Yeah.
Awareness time. Or?
awareness. Of course, I remember a Hollywood film director who was lesbian, and her mother was absolutely disgusted with her until she got Alzheimer's. And then, of course, she couldn't remember if her daughter was a lesbian.
Right.
But when her daughter brought her partner, she said, "What a nice young lady."
So there is something to progressing in Alzheimer's.
Every condition has
Yeah.
its own virtues.
There you go.
Now, put me back in the groove.
All right. So there was something about the Black Sea.
Oh yes, here we go. That's very important. And this is they realized-
Civilization, perhaps. There was a civilization.
No.
Oh,
Don't sidetrack me on that one. If you imagine the Black Sea and the Mediterranean,
Yes.
the ice is continuing to melt.
Right.
There's only about I think about
This is
5
ice age as it's melting.
Well, the ice age melt. And
Yeah.
It's been melting for at least 5,500 years.
All right.
The water level
Is
in
rising.
the Mediterranean is
Yeah,
rising.
right.
That's it. And any sensible person could see this, who was actually there looking
Oh
at it.
yeah.
And
Who was there for 5,000 years?
No. They're just there for 10 years they could see. But you could see the level of water rising above the level of the basin.
Yeah.
Or you knew that it
Oh.
would happen.
Oh, okay. All right.
And this event happened somewhere about 5,500. No, because it's BC, so it's 7,500.
Right. All right. All right.
Yeah.
1,000 years ago. Yeah. From
And
from
if in
2017, which is
if
the.
in imagination, they reckon that it took 2 years for the basin of the Black Sea to fill with water.
And it was coming in not only from the Mediterranean, but also from the.
Oh, but those were minimal.
Drainage.
Those were minimal.
Yeah.
Because those rivers.
All the rivers flowing in, yeah,
Flowing in. Evaporation would deal with that.
Oh.
And of course, it was fresh water.
Yeah.
This is salt water
Right.
coming in.
Right.
And the two marine archaeologists who
From Woodhull.
discovered all this from Woodhull,
Yeah.
reckoned that it took 2 years for the Black Sea to fill up from the Dardanelles right through to the Crimea.
Ah.
And the volume of water was 3,000 feet at least. Now,
God, that's a
in
lot of water.
imagination, where imagination is so important,
Yeah.
stand
Half a mile.
Stand on the hillside and imagine yourself as a 16-year-old
Uh-huh.
who climbed the hill with one of his mates, and you're looking down on your homeland, and of course you can't even see over the horizon.
Oh.
And then 2 years later, if you manage to escape the flood, you come, and where you were at the top of the hill is now the level of the water.
Yeah.
And in my imagination, the effect of that would be so profound that you would suffer survivor guilt.
Interesting.
Why have I lived and all my friends and family have drowned? Why me? And that survivor guilt would have to be atoned, because obviously God was angry, or the gods, or
Right,
whatever.
right.
And so you'd have to offer sacrifices to atone. And that's where I believe that the whole guilt associated with sacrifice, after all, this is many, at least 3,000-4,000 years before Judaism.
Right.
And that was such a devastating, and
I didn't realize sacrifice was associated with guilt.
well, that's mine.
That's your spin on it.
Yeah, my spin.
Okay.
Wh-
I mean, I can understand.
Why kill?
Yeah.
You have to atone.
Uh-huh.
And one of the big themes in Christian theology is the atonement,
Right.
or the at-one-ment. How do you become one with God when there's so much evil?
At one. Oh, at one atonement.
So
at one. That's. I've never broken that word down that way before.
But etymologists would agree that the Indo-European languages all have the same root, and they'll be rooted in that civilization.
Mm-hmm. Around the Black Sea, around that.
Black Sea. And that's 3,000 years of civilization.
Yeah.
Or
right.
villageization, which was disappeared in 2 years. 3,000 years of culture.
So they did research and they actually found things at the bottom of the Black Sea that.
Now that I can't say.
Okay.
This may be subsequent research. Whether it's been financed or not, I wouldn't know.
I see.
But the basic event, I think, is buckles.
I mean, it's certainly possible there were people living there.
Oh, not possible, but very probable.
Oh, yeah.
And then the languages and things radiate out from the Black Sea.
Huh. Well, that's very fascinating. Because language is definitely a natural solution. I mean, it's important to have language, communicate in this kind of interaction. For me, it revitalizes me.
Well, there's a book I've never forgotten reading by Simeon Potter called Our Language. And in it he pointed out two great connections that I remember. In Sanskrit, the word for brother is brata.
Brata.
And as brata goes north, it becomes brother. As the languages go south, it becomes frata. Frata.
Frata.
So frata.
Oh, frata,
Yeah.
like fraternity or.
Yeah, well, frata, which is the Latin.
All right.
And brother. All have the same root. And he also points out the way in which the English language combines both French and the English.
Right.
And the French was used for the animal when it was dead on the table.
You mean when the English used the French words, it was just with dead?
No. In 1066, when the bloody French invaded us for the last time.
Okay, 1060. Okay, all right.
We got rid of them in 1818 with the Battle of whatever it was.
You're speaking from the perspective of the English, or
English,
British.
yeah. So when the two languages came together, when they came together,
okay. 1066.
the two languages merged, but the French, who were the aristocracy by that time, and the Saxons and the Anglo-Saxons were the serfs, the peasants. This is the origin of the class distinction in England. You've got the bosses and the slaves. And the bosses.
So it's like the Prince of Wales and things like that from French?
Well, yes, I mean the English aristocracy is descended from the French.
Right.
And then it has a blood infusion from the Germans.
Okay. Yeah.
Now wait a minute, what was I saying? Oh yes. So on the table we have pork, venison, mutton, chicken. Pullet on the table. But in the fields you've got pigs, you've got cows, birth.
Right.
You've got anyway.
So the language is different too.
Well, the inherited vocabulary.
Yes.
But the reason why the words are different is because of our history. And then look at the difference between hide and skin. Now those are both of Germanic origin. One is Danish and the other is the other languages. But and so remember that before William the Conqueror conquered us in 1066, we had the Dane War. The Danes. One of the earliest kings of England was the Dane called Canute. King Canute. who all his courtiers told him he was so great he could actually command the sea to stop. And he said, well, I'll show them this is bullshit. He got them to pull up a chair, set it up at the seaside, and then demonstrated in no way could he stop the tide coming in. So stop licking me up. Don't like it. So let's go back to the evolution of humanity.
Yes.
Then you begin with localization.
Right.
There's hominids spotted all over. But gradually, either by intermarriage or
marriage? There was actually...
Well, I say intermarriage.
Oh, okay.
Intercopulation.
Right. Biological joining. Whatever. Breeding.
But let's call all that period localization. And so this is why localization is such a root part of all humanity.
And all education, this is... Yeah.
And so, although I was at Oxford, Cambridge, I then came to Berkeley.
Yes.
Which was my finishing school. Now
and so was Berkeley the jungleization part?
No, that was very much a civilization.
As far as education. But there's localization, jungleization.
Jungleization, well, I'm jumping in back.
It's all right.
Localization, jungleization.
Civilization?
Yeah, civilization. I think I missed out one.
Yeah.
And then, well, dear me, my poor brain. Let me put the needle back in the groove.
All right.
This is the algorithm.
Yes.
Localization, jungleization, civilization, globalization.
There you go. All right.
And then finally, humanization.
Ah.
And the human species is waiting for all humans to, as well, not be on the same wavelength, but be interrelated or together. And then...
And that's the globalization? Or is that the thumb, or is that the forefinger? We haven't even got to the forefinger yet.
Globalization. And then finally humanization.
There we go.
But, well, under globalization, you know what I mean by emergent qualities in evolution.
Sort of.
You put together hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah. All right. And the two together is,
You've got water.
Right.
Water's completely different.
That's right. Two
So
gases together.
I always regard water as the crown of the evolution of matter. Because water is the substance, basically, in which life evolves.
That's true.
So between the...
which is what we mostly are.
Between the hydrosphere and the atmosphere, which is where we've got the hydrosphere.
Yes. Between?
Atmosphere, lithosphere.
Lithosphere.
There's rocks.
Oh, all right.
But they're all spherical globes.
Yeah.
So when I imagine the existence of the sphere of awareness, this is already around us.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is, like Jesus, ascend into heaven. Mind you have to die first. There's a snag.
Yeah,
but dying is okay.
Yeah. I call that there's the corporeal existence.
Yeah.
That corpus. Yeah. And I don't know if it's four-dimensional reality.
I'll have to think about that.
You know, time and space. I mean, I think this corporeal, this thing here, is a time-space phenomenon. There's other stuff that's infusing it back and forth, but once this stops, like breathing and beating and all that, then there's much more concentration in the other spheres.
My college at Cambridge was the sixth oldest college, and it was called Corpus Christi and the Blessed Virgin. Don't forget the lady.
Yeah.
Don't forget the girls. And so it's Jesus and Mary. And of course, being medieval, there was a tremendous devotion to Our Blessed Lady. who was Jung said, was the fourth person of the Trinity.
Fourth person of the Trinity.
So it becomes a quaternity.
Oh, right.
And now I've forgotten what I was going to say. I derail myself all the time.
It's all right. I mean, we're talking about awareness and about death. In order to go to the next level, you have to die.
I don't hear the dog barking. Where is she?
She's probably enjoying the conversation.
Sorry.
I'm channeling the dog. That's my source of.
Come here, bitch.
My source of intellectualism is a dog.
Yeah. And don't forget
Yeah.
what dog spells when you spell it backwards.
Exactly. Doggy.
Dog. God.
Yeah. So, would you say these kind of discussions are important for health?
Well, I call them conversations, which require two people.
Yes.
So remember.
And a discussion would be what?
Well, in
Technically.
the fourth gospel, St. John's Gospel, the opening sentence is, in the beginning is conversation. And conversation is with God, and conversation is God. All things come to be organito, come to be in conversation. And without conversation, nothing comes to be that comes to be. And all I've done is to translate her logos, which was the fourth gospel, probably written in Ephesus, and it was written in Greek. And in Greek philosophy, ho logos was the divine reason, the reason in everything. And so Jesus was interpreted as the enfleshment of the divine reason. But it's a single thing. It's the Word. And of course, there's always in theology a balance between monotheism and polytheism. The monotheists were always demonizing the polytheists, and the polytheists were always demonizing them. And you require both. One of the great things about James Hillman, psychologist, is that he talked about the pluralism of our dreams, and the fact that you can't press them all into one interpretation. And so his forget now what the tradition is called, not psychoanalytic, I forget now. I've written a paper about it, but I can't remember.
It's not psychoanalysis, it's a sort of dream analysis or something? But it's a different word?
No.
I want to just check and make sure this video is still... Oh, there you are! There you are! Oh, we're doing fine. Good job. Good job.
I assume you can edit this.
Oh, yeah. I can edit.
Just as well. I'm always editing and re-editing whatever I've written.
Yeah.
It's changing all the time.
Well, that's also a way to write books.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you just dictate and then have it transcribed?
Oh, no, I can't do that. I mean, all I do is tap out on the computer.
Yeah.
And then, so I've got a draft.
Composing as if it's a piano.
Well, just composing as in compost. Shit upon shit.
Transmuting with the
You know,
with the help of
making
spores
sure that
and
the
bacteria.
shit is nourishing to the plants which will grow from it.
There you
I
go.
have no idea what plants will grow.
Uh-huh.
I'm focused on the shit.
Creating the fertile substrate.
Yes, absolutely. And so, now have I talked about?
So there was something about. I want to get to education. So the civilization has this localization, jungleization, civilization, then globalization, and then humanization. So, but there is something about. Earlier we were talking before we started recording that had to do with education and how it's not quite right because you're boxed in. It's
right.
Didn't that have something to do with this?
This is Alison Gopnik, who
Alison Gottmik?
Adam Gottmik's older sister.
Oh.
Adam Gottmik is the great writer in the New Yorker.
Oh, all right.
And he's just, his last piece was a fascinating one on Buddhism and its impact. But anyway, I'm sidetracking myself again. But Alison's book is called The Gardener and the Carpenter, and she's saying that the whole peril of parenting in America at the moment is that they're being brainwashed into being carpenters, parents, instead of being gardeners. And so the tremendous importance of playtime for children. And when I consider the Sabbath, which to me is a very central ritual, you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then if you map those out in hexagrams, so each day is a hexagram. When you join Friday to Sunday, wow.
Thanks for listening to this podcast. If you'd like to be informed of upcoming podcasts, please subscribe to Natural Solutions with Dr. J so you know exactly when the next episodes will be coming up. Thanks a lot and have a great day.